Hello, my name is Glenn Dyer, and you are watching a Dyer-Situation. Today I'm seeing Pan, finally. I really need to explain myself. Okay. Some of you might be thinking back to the best and worst of 2014 video, or whatever it was, and where I basically cited Pan as my prediction for the best movie of the year. Now bear in mind, when I say things like that, I have reasons. When I predict what the best and worst movie of the year is going to be, it's almost always wrong. In fact, so far I have not been right, even slightly. In fact, one year, I think it was the prediction for 2014, or was it 13? I don't remember anymore. Yeah, it was 2014. No, it was 2013. Where I predicted that Superman would be best and Oz the Great and Powerful would be worst, but in the official ranking at the end of the year, they were actually I ranked Oz above it or something. Like, my predictions are always horribly, horribly wrong. So I'll explain my reasoning for this. Because for Pan, this is one of those cases where I realized I was horribly, horribly wrong long before the movie came out. But here's the thing. When I was looking for best and worst, I don't put too much thought into this. Well, I do, but I don't put too much research into this. I don't actually look up production schedules. For instance, when I looked up this list, and undoubtedly Mad Max Fury Road was written on the list of movies coming out in 2015, but I wasn't very interested in Mad Max, so I didn't put it down. So basically, when I was choosing the movie for this year, what I wanted to do was, I didn't want to pick a sequel. So that was Avengers Age of Ultron and Star Wars 7 just completely gone. If I didn't want to pick a sequel, I didn't want to encourage that by saying, it could be the best of next year. So I wanted to pick something that wasn't a sequel. So I picked a reboot, whatever. You know, that was the idea behind it. So jeez, how do I explain this? So, when I was going down the list, at first I was going to choose Goosebumps the movie, which also turns out like it's going to suck, but at first I was going to choose that, but at the time it wasn't actually definite on whether or not it was coming out in 2015 or later on. It wasn't actually set in stone at that point. So I just decided better safe than sorry and pick something that I know is coming out in 2015 and looks decent. and that was Pan. Little do I know it doesn't. So yeah, I think that my prediction is going to be very, very wrong. I think this is going to be heinous. Maybe hilariously bad, but most likely just bad. With an overacting Johnny Depp. And, oh yeah! Something to point out, just judging it from the trailer, I don't know if it's like this, but the original, well, not the original, the Disney animated film from a long time ago, it's receiving, like, criticism these days for its portrayal of Native Americans. Right, because, you know, they sing that What Makes the Red Man Red song, and personally I think they look cool, but I can understand why that's an issue. So what do they do to try and fix it in this movie? Make the main Native American white as a cloud. Like, to me, that's even more offensive. It's like, yes, the native tribe, and here is our white leader. Or our white spokesman, or something. Because I look at the commercial, I don't know, maybe they actually do have Native American or people starred in there, but, like, the Tiger Lily, who's, like, the main one, is whiter than me. And that's horrifically racist. I'm just saying, because, you know, Disney's been accused of whitewashing before, but usually it's defendable. In this case, damn, that's really bad. I don't know, it could be worse. They could try to cast that same actress and paint her up in red face. You know, I wouldn't put it past them, but anyway. Yeah, I'm hoping this isn't annoying. I'm hoping it's just really, really over the top and I can kind of get behind it. Maybe it'll have the Maleficent effect on me, where, like, I love it despite the fact that I should not love it. It's possible. And yeah. Yeah. Let's see here, gonna go to my Google Docs, gonna click on that thing I want to click on. There it is. Oh, I'm gonna do something. Go into my document to write down something. Hold on. This camera's standing on my laptop, so you'll have to excuse me. There we go. You just witnessed live me writing the name of this movie onto the list of films that Chadwick is going to review someday. This is awful. Beautifully awful. Not like Creature, not even like Maleficent. Let me say this, Maleficent was that movie where I knew everything was bad, and I could see it and I could feel it, but I liked it. And that movie, I'm convinced, was made by the devil, because it incited those feelings that even though I knew how evil it was, I still liked it, and I didn't know why, and I wasn't even liking it in an ironic way. I, like, legitimately liked it. This movie, no, it's awful, and hilariously awful at times. So, God, where do I start with this? There's so much to talk about. Okay. So, pretty much the whole premise of this movie is it's a prequel to the Peter Pan story where we see the origin of Peter Pan. Yeah, I know, it doesn't matter, whatever, it's Disney Hollywood, what are you gonna do? But you see the origin of Pan, and he lives in a nunnery under the sea, with, where of course all the nuns are complete a-holes, like all of them. All of them. And the head nun is secretly selling off these kids to pirates who come and steal, like, tons of them during the night. Which is really weird. Well, not just for that. But she said, but they, how do I explain this? I think during the beginning of the movie we see it over a few nights. Like, they mention, oh, man, there's 2 kids who were missing, and then, oh, there's 3 kids that went missing last night, we think they went to Canada or something. And, you know, it was like, well, because the movie's set during World War II, and they actually did have a thing where they evacuated orphans, out of the city during that time, which is weird, because all of the kids should be gone, not just a few of them. And somebody should be noticing, but it turns out that she's selling them to pirates, I think I mentioned. Like, the head nun is selling them to these pirates. It's hilarious because, like, we go into her basement at one point. She has, like, a giant chest full of Spanish doubloons. It's hilarious. But, oh, boy. How do I explain it? Yeah, but on the night where Peter and his friend get abducted, they steal, like, half of them, and none of the other kids wake up, of course, just the ones that were being stolen. I like that Chadwick, because there is so much stuff in here. I just gotta get to the chase. The pirates take all these kids to Neverland, and God, I'm having trouble believing that this actually happened, but they go to Neverland, and they just bring them into this big, huge, open mining site where there's hundreds upon hundreds of people in there, and they all start chanting Smells Like Teen Spirit, like the Nirvana song. They start chanting it. And my jaw was open. I was like, what the fuck is this movie? Who made this? Who made this? Oh my god. This review is sponsored by Fanta. Buy 12 today. Anyway. So, yeah, all the pirates in this movie, they don't look like the stereotypical pirates we see in the other film. These ones are dressed like clowns, and I'm not even joking, like one was actually dressed like a mime. They're dressed like a whole bunch of clowns, and they work in the slavery and mining business, and they chant 90s songs. This is starting to sound like Mad Libs. And oh my fucking god. It's so hard to describe. But I have to say, whoever made the decision on how these people act and look, I think I love you, whoever you are. Just think of it. Think to Cinderella, which is in my opinion is probably the blandest of these live action remake, reboots, prequels, sequels, whatever. So fucking boring, so fucking bland, nothing to talk about, inoffensive, uncreative. You can use all those words with it, and it's so dull. And this, clearly, somebody realized this movie is run by producers. We're not gonna get to do anything good. Nobody wants to tell this story. Nobody wants to hear it. So you know what? I'm gonna have people chanting 90s songs, so fuck you. You can't stop me from doing it. I won't let you. You know what? It's something to remember. This movie is at least somewhat memorable now. Like, Cinderella, I don't remember a goddamn thing from that movie. It was so dull. Oz the Great and Powerful, well, there's Mila Kunis's bad acting, but that's about it. Oh, what other ones have come out recently? Oh, there's more than those two. Oh yeah, Alice in Wonderland. Kill me. But this, Jesus Christ, somebody was trying to stick it to the man, from what I could tell. They're just like, you know what, we can't make a good movie, but we're gonna try and make it as god-awful or as fucking weird as we possibly can, just so somebody remembers it 10 years from now. My fucking god. So, the casting. Peter Pan, the kid playing Peter Pan, took acting lessons from young Anakin Skywalker, from what I can tell. But I don't blame him. His character, I would say one-dimensional, but all the other characters are one-dimensional. He's less dimensional than that. He's not zero-dimensional because he actually exists. Is he like half-dimensional? What would that look like? Okay, I'm imagining, like, one dimension, like 3 dimensions is a cube, 2 dimensions is a square, 1 dimension is a line. So I guess, so I guess half a dimension would be, oh geez, that's hurting my brain. Half a line. Oh boy. Well, that's what he is. He's a conundrum of terrible character writing. And yeah, here's the thing. I mentioned earlier about Tiger Lily. And to be honest, when she came on, she's wearing this big, horribly racist headdress that appeared to be made out of supplies from a fucking Staples. Like I'm pretty sure it actually had like well, those called like pipe tubes or something in there, like stuff that kids would play with and stick on the paper. That was her headdress. I couldn't even look her directly in the face because it was so hard to look at. So, oh god, that's offensive. But I'm gonna say this movie thought it was balancing it out. Okay. So, back in London town, all the kids in that orphanage were male and white. And the thing is, makes sense, right? Well, yeah, it's London, they're in World War II, it makes sense. Not something you'd really think about. The pirate slayer, everyone being racially diverse, that makes sense. I mean, they're pirates. They're from all walks of life. Okay. Makes sense to me. For instance, like, in this one, Smee is Indian, and Captain Hook is from Texas. And I was fine with it. Because to be honest, the fact that Captain Hook is French or not doesn't really change the story in any way. No, the fact that they rape these characters in the ass changed the story, but the fact that Smee is Indian and Hook is Texan doesn't really change it. But that tribe, oh my god, the native tribe. Jesus Christ. It's not just her. At least it wasn't that. At least, like, it wasn't just everyone in the crowd is a faceless Native American and she's the only speaking character who and she's white because of it. No. This is a racially diverse tribe. There's Asian people, there's black people, there's Hispanic people, there's white people. A fucking native tribe. I can just imagine, like, some producer was like, no, we don't want to be called racist. We don't want to be called racist. We have to make sure that that native tribe is racially diverse. Otherwise they'll think we're racist. Can you even imagine? That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. The head of the tribe is this old Aborigine dude, like an Australian Aborigine dude. And they're like, oh, hello there. Welcome to our tribe, mate. What the who the fuck made this? What is your problem? Oh my god. As I said, say what you will about the cartoon, right? But they were fucking Native Americans. Sure, were they a horrible caricature? Yeah, but they were still Native Americans. It was something. Oh boy, I gotta move on from here. The movie is terribly edited. The pacing is all over the place. And I think I have a theory about that. This movie, if you notice these movies seem to go on for like 2 hours or something ridiculous. This movie is actually shorter than that. It is, oh geez, Goosebumps. Sorry, I just saw that Goosebumps is coming out next week. Now playing... Oh, Pan. Oh, The Martian's beating it according to IMDb. That's great. Wasn't that long, was it? Anyway, the movie's under 2 hours. It's like an hour and 50 or something. And I think I have an explanation for that. Somebody in the studio, like at the end of filming, was like, how long is this film? And I said, it's about 2.5 hours. And I'm like, what? We can't have a film be 2.5 hours. Don't you know that Tomorrowland and The Lone Ranger flopped? Well, it's because they were too long. There was no other reason, I assure you. We gotta shorten it. So they just awkwardly cut off every single scene in an attempt to get it close-ish to 90 minutes. Remember the old days? I'm gonna look this up. The original Disney cartoon. Gotta look this up. I'm going to ignore that I saw that. No? Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna have to move the camera again. Just because you're on my keyboard. Peter Dinklage. No, Pan. Oh, shit, wrong Peter Pan. I clicked on the 2003 movie. No, the other Peter Pan. Peter Pan. 1953. That sounds more right. Yeah, there it is. 77 minutes. Yeah, remember a time when a movie could actually, take its time, let things unravel naturally, have some fun, develop some character, make you understand them a little better, and still be well under 90 minutes? Remember when people knew how to write a fucking screenplay instead of this thing that's bloated and that's bloated with unnecessary, over-the-top action scenes that don't make any sense? Like, it's fucking astounding. When the pirate ship was flying off, I was expecting it to be like some sort of weird, magical thing. But instead, like, they start getting attacked by fucking fighter jets. I'm like, oh my god, they've been coming over here for like several nights. You only just noticed them? What the fuck? But yeah, they sent fighter jets after the ship so they could have a big over-the-top stupid action scene. Jesus Christ. This movie is very much hard to describe without you actually seeing it, and I can't say for sure that you shouldn't. It's a horrible, horrible mess. And couldn't take my eyes away from it. It's like a train wreck. Honestly, it was. Oh boy. They hinted at a sequel at the end of this. They hinted at a fucking sequel. Because the movie ends, he defeats Johnny Depp. I'm just gonna call him that, I don't care what his real character's name was. He defeats Johnny Depp, and then he goes back and he rescues all the other orphans from the evil nun. And then they fly off, and Cook is like, we'll be the best of friends. Now I gotta do his voice. We'll be the best of friends, right, buddy? And he's like, oh, we sure will, mister. I have so much character, we're going to sustain another film. And he's like, what could possibly go wrong? It's like winking at the winking with the force of 1,000 men or something. Like, because I was thinking to myself afterwards, you know, I actually am a little curious how they try to tie this shit together. How do we go from this to James Hook, well, becoming French, for one thing, start dressing like a 17th century sailor, grow a ridiculous-looking mustache, become a complete asshole, apparently kill or at least get rid of most of the people in that cavern because he didn't have that many men, and become such a dickweed and symbol of adulthood that the now very, very childish Peter decides to in what was usually depicted as a childish moment, cut off his fucking hand and feed it to a crocodile. You know, I am a little interested how it came to that, but I don't want to see them do it. I don't want to see these people make the link, because they'll probably make it really, really stupid. And probably make it so that the hand cutting off thing was an accident! Oh my god! Like his hand was just there, and he like slipped and he cut it off, or like the crocodile just bit it, and then he blames him as like, you cut off my hand and fed it to the crocodile, you meanie pants. Because we can't say swear words, it's a Disney film, it's for little kids. You cut off my hand, now I gotta replace it with this here hook, and now I don't like you. So go wear some green Robin Hood costume or something, you rapscallion bitch. Oh fuck, it's a Disney movie, I can't say bitch. I don't fucking know. Oh boy. Really awful. Oh yeah, the thing that made me cringe was the fact that it actually showed, like, Pan 2. That was being listed. Please no. Please, guys, don't give this film money. Come on, what's it at? I wouldn't be surprised if it's making a profit. It looked like it had the budget of an average SNL sketch. Some really shitty CGI in here. Sorry, user review. Not gonna point them out, I don't lie. I'm not gonna mock someone I don't know. Budget 150 mil. Jesus fuck. Opening weekend 15 million. Don't give it any more, I swear. Please, if you have any decency, don't let them make a sequel. Okay, it's not worth it. This thing made me laugh, but I'm insane. Okay? Don't let it take you too. Jesus Christ. I don't even know what to do anymore. At least it wasn't like Maleficent. At least it wasn't Hellspawn that caused me to... that just completely ruined my mind. At least it's not that. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus. I don't know what we're gonna do with these live-action Disney remakes, dude. I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna end. I just don't. It's gonna reach some sort of boiling point. They're gonna start remaking the remakes to the point where we don't even know know anything. I'm starting to sound like I'm in Rick and Morty or something, but don't see it. Get it from a red box if those still exist. Don't actually watch it in theaters, please. At least in Redbox they're not getting the money directly. Man. My head hurts. I'm tired. I'm tired of this movie. Do I think it is the best of the year? Well, there was Mad Max Fury Road, straight out of Compton. Probably several other films, but you know what? I think this might have a chance. And until next time, I'm Glenn Dyer, and you have been watching A Dire Situation.